Oh yes, we are live. We are live, we're live, we're live, we're live. So, I've been going through my garage and I found my first machine polisher. It's the Halfords machine polisher and it says max operating speed is 12,000 RPM. I've had to have a little go on it, haven't I? I've had to have a little tickle because I want to know if this will correct my missus's car. Behind me we've got a BMW 1 Series. And I've been doing some correction. We did a little video earlier, which I'll pop up the top here for you guys to have a look at. It was the 16 variables to machine polishing. So, what do we want to know about this? Well, like I said, it's 12,000 RPM. It's got a backing plate. It's a random orbital, which means it has a throw. As you can see. There we go, which means it's a free spinning device, which means it spins freely. Now, when I got this, I also bought a backing plate for it, which is a little 3-inch, and just to get into little corners. And because I'm such a snobby little twat, I was like, I need to buy myself a flex or something more powerful. And now I'm a little bit more experienced. I want to know, can I still use this machine? And what's its purpose? And is this going to be a great machine polisher for beginners? I think when I bought this, it was like $79.99. It came with 3 pads. So yeah, let's get stuck in behind me. Come on then, let's get over here. The car's all been washed, clean, and decontaminated. So we have got the Flex Random Orbital 2. We've got the XFE. We're going to try on a few different panels, but let's try it on this wing to start with and see how we get on rounded corners. Now, what I have got is a Cartec thinner pad. So we're not going to start with that. We're not going to start with that because we're going to work with something that comes with it. And this is the same style of pad that the Cartec one Cartec. It's the same style of pad as what the Halfords one are like. This is the more of a rotary finish. Which is interesting. Which is an interesting one, really, because these aren't really designed for these machines. Flatter pad like this, or a DA pad, which is slightly fluted, is more recommended. But I'm going to see how this compares to my XFE 7-15. So it's got an 8mm throw, which means, to be honest with you, don't snub that because it's going to be great for sanding on a low speed. So speed 1, you've got speed 1 to 6 on the back here, and it's quite a nice place to have it, so when you're working you can quite happily do that. It comes with a little handle. What more do you need to know? So let's get some Koch Chemie F6 and let's get polishing. Let's see if we can work this section in here. Let's see how this machine performs. Don't forget, cord over the shoulder, guys, if you're a beginner. Bring you in. It's got about a 3-metre cord, which is not too bad. Flex don't have a long cords either, so an extension lead is definitely needed. It also has a soft start, so it means it's got a soft start. What does a soft start mean? It means when you start it up, it's going to oscillate and then build up speed, so it's not going to go bananas. So that means that you don't run the risk of doing any damage to the paint. Look at that spinning freely. No problem at all. Look at that. There's no stall on that whatsoever. It's got some power. On speed 5. All right. Crank her up. Speed 6. Full send. Woohoo! Now it has brushes in it, so I have had this for like 4 years now. I've changed the brushes once. That's not too bad. You can tell when the brushes go because it makes a really ripping sound. through those corners with ease. That puppy's not stalling out at all. And a little slow start as well. That's not bad at all. Let's change pads out. Let's see what we go. Let's go for a flatter pad. This is where it's going to come into its own because this is a really good DA pad. You can get these in a 5-inch. I've got this in a 6-inch, but don't worry, it's not going to make it too big a difference. Just with a little thing over it. I actually quite like having a little bit of extra around the edges because it means I can get into little corners and stuff. So I don't mind the bigger pads. See how this spins. How much pressure do I need to stall out? Oh. Tell you what, it's quite talky. Not bad. So the gun in question is, how does this compare to the Flex XFE, which is almost 5 times its price? Probably more than that actually, probably 8 times its price. So the Flex XFE is the one I've got. I've got a couple of them. This is the battery operated one. This has a 50mm throw. Battery's fully charged, so we've got a good thing. And you're going to notice something different now when you see this. Now, this is going to be a lot more trickier to fix, to get it to balance, and you'll see what I mean in a second. I'll pull my trousers up. I apologise. Now, because it's a brushless motor, big difference in sound, right? Different in pitch, different sound, smooth. So there is a difference between the two machines, and this is probably German engineering, big difference. Very smooth. The one thing you're going to find about, one of the questions I get quite a lot is which is better, the Rupes or the Flex? That's like asking, like, is black white and white black? They're completely different machines. Just because it says in the specifications 15mm throw, they're both 15mm throw, they're completely different machines. This is a finisher, it's called the finisher. Flex's system is geared up for the rotary and the force rotation. They're gear-driven devices to do a lot of the cutting. So this is called the finisher, because a lot of professionals, high-end professionals, mostly use rotaries to cut with and force-driven devices, gear-driven devices, and will finish down with a DA. So this is a finisher. This isn't supposed to be aggressive. It has more of a stalling capability. It's there, as you can see, look at the difference between those two pads. This pad's struggling, but on those corners, but it's supremely balanced. Look, I mean, look at the balance on that. Fantastic. And this is where we talked about in a video earlier about the difference between machine polishing pads. So if I flip this one on, watch the difference. Because the pad's a lot flatter, it's not got not much foam there, this still has the ability to spin nicely. So these Cartec pads are fantastic for the DA. The flat pads, awesome. So pad and polish combinations really, really make all the difference. Let's switch back. So why don't we try a different pad? Let's try, for the Halfords one, let's try the Koch Chemi pad. This is more designed as a DA pad. A lot firmer pad, German engineering again. German pads are normally, German paint is normally quite hard, so the German pads are a lot stiffer, a lot more rigid. But I think if you were going to do this at home, well, I already know the answer to the question. Because when I first got this, and I got the Koch Chemi system and this polisher before I could afford more tools, I was happy. It was like no problem to get around it. Nice slow start. It's got some power, boys. Look at that. What's the difference into these corners? Look at that. That's not installed at all, is it? So that's the difference between an 8mm throw. Counterbalance weight on this, and it's, you know, there's a little bit of vibration here. So you've got to be careful, you know, when you're polishing, make sure you take a rest after. For every 2 hours of polishing, you're supposed to take a 45-minute rest. Nobody does, but it's for your nerves. So this vibration is slightly different. This can cause you more problems. But the question is, would you buy this as a beginner? The answer is yes. If I'm doing my own car, and I'm not a car detailer, plenty, it's more than enough. Just make sure you get someone like me to teach you how to use it. You know what I mean? Yeah, good. So there you go. Can a Halfords polisher correct paint? We're going to find out. I think the answer is abso-flippin-lutely. Now, if you haven't watched my latest video, the one before this, the previous video, it's on the 16 variables to machine polishing, which is going to help you, if you're a beginner, understand a little bit more about manufactured paint. Well, you go watch it and you tell me if it's going to help. Because the answer to the question isn't which pad and polish is best. It's what variables do I need to create the best result. Let's get you in. I'm sure you want to have a little look. Now, what I will say is, when you're a professional, these kind of machines, I think you'll take that, won't you? I think you'll take that. Let's change the light. Much better to check for haze. That is what we call, in the game, flush. Flush. If you have a look on the sides, this is what we're removing. You can see there's Tiny little bit of oxidisation. This is all the way around, just very, very light swirls of marring. So there you go, guys. Does the Halfords machine polisher correct paint? Yes. And in summary, let me stick you on here first. I feel like Forensic John now. Does the Halfords machine polisher correct paint? Absolutely. Is it worth 80 quid all day long and Sundays? It's not going to be one of those machines you're going to use professionally. Absolutely not, because most professionals need a rotary, need a forced rotation. But, you know, and especially when you're going to get a wall pad on something like a random orbital or DA, you're going to find that it's going to stall out quite a lot. But listen, that adds some great power to it. I could use that quite easily for refinement. I could use that for a one-step all around the car. So if you're going to be buying this machine, it's up to you. If you want to spend your money on some classy stuff, like the Flex, absolutely. But my answer is understand the art of polishing first, and it doesn't matter what machine you use, you'll find a way around it. So I hope you guys like that video. That's the Halfords random orbital machine polisher. If there's any head-to-head you want me to do, let me know down in the comment section. And if you've got any questions about machine polishing, put them down in the comment section as well. If you watched this and you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. It does help the algorithm. We're 60 subscribers away from getting monetized. So I can start spending that Google AdSense money on some more tools and more products to review for you guys, so you guys can get some feedback on it. Anyway, I've been Jonny Shiell Detailing. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.